the native people or the indigenous people of this part of the world, are in a really unique position. And that unique position is offering a leadership that comes with a vision that is inclusive to all people, that invites people that have arrived on our homeland to be a part of fulfilling the vision of our great Creator, and that is to bring love into this world. And what is really important right now, more than anything, is to put our children back into the center of our lives and to begin to express that unconditional love for our children. Look at what we have done, through industry, through the economic system. We are spending the inheritance of our children. We're destroying the waters. We're destroying the air. We're destroying the land in so many different ways. We're ripping the land apart. And there's a very simple truth that our people have always understood. What you do to the land, you do to yourself. If she is sick, is not why we are sick today. And sickness comes in many different forms. Mental illness, physical illness, emotional, spiritual illness. Recently there was a study that just came out that said that there are over 2.6 million young people in a state of depression. Well, what is that symptom from? The children are lost. Why? Because the adults are lost. The system that is there is not addressing the most important part of their being as beautiful young people, and that is their spirit. Nothing is said. Nothing is shared in terms of the significance of spirit. This is where we come in as indigenous people in the most humble way. We are not saying at any time that we want political control. We are not saying that we are better than any of our fellow human beings within the circle of life. We have a duty and responsibility to share what we know, in the most humble way, and not imposing ourselves on anyone. That's never been the way of our people. We've suffered through imposition. We've suffered through domination of another culture that chose to disrespect our uniqueness and the knowledge and our relationship that we have with the land. So we would never think of trying to impose even our way of life that we have. Our way of life encourages us to appeal to the hearts of human beings. They say, that in prophecy, that it would be the people of the heart that would hold a hope for all of humanity. And I've met them as I've traveled around the world. Those are the ones that hold a hope for all of us. And they are in every culture. There are people in there that are expressing, that kindness, that which is in every one of us. Those are the hope of humanity, is those that chose to take advantage of the acts of love that we are given every day. An opportunity is given to us to perform acts of kindness and love. There is not a day that goes by that we're not given that opportunity. Our people today, are expected to live and to survive on less than 1% of the land base, which was originally all of ours, to take care of less than 1%. That's quite a challenge for anyone to try to create economic survival on a land base that is mostly swamp and rock. Like, why can't people see this picture? Why can't people see the truth of the root of a lot of the symptoms that we have to deal with today? But in spite of that, we remain very hopeful and very optimistic. Why? Because the Spirit gives us dreams of a better time that is coming. We will find our rightful place in our homeland. We will absolutely, definitely find our rightful place in our homeland. And prophecy had foretold that the land would come back to us. And I am a firm believer in that. I'm not talking about having control of the earth. That's not what the prophecy had meant. It would come back to us because we know how to take care of the earth. The Spirit will orchestrate however that's going to happen, how that land will be returned to us again to take care of it so that we can all survive. If we do not take care of the earth, then we will not survive. That's why the leadership of Indigenous people is absolutely paramount in terms of coming to terms with the way that we are treating the earth. I think that's the tragic environment, which is the reality that we're living in today, is a continued imposition, by people that feel that they know what's best for us, and the influence of government, has always been a force that has defined policies and laws, and how we should live and behave in terms of relationship with each other and relationship with the land. And that has to change. We can't continue to allow, the continued imposition of structures that have no spiritual understanding, that have no values in terms of, how we should be taking care of each other, how we should be taking care of the land. And life can be so beautiful once you find yourself. And when you find yourself, you have found freedom. Then you become like the spirit of the eagle that flies in the sky, totally free to be itself, to be able to enjoy its own being as an eagle.